Welcome to Should I Watch It? We're back. We've watched Infinity War. What's it about, Jason?
Well, the Marvel Cinematic Universe has had 18 films and 10 years leading up to what is Avengers Infinity War. It's the third Avengers film, and in this one, Thanos, the tyrant of the universe, has come to collect the remaining Infinity Stones, as he has a plan with what to do with them when he gets his power up to maximum level. The superheroes across the galaxy and also within Earth are trying to stop him from getting all the stones and becoming unstoppable.
Nice. First of all, I want to speak about Thanos. Thanos is one of the most powerful villains you'll ever come across in the Marvel universe, and they really hit hard on this one, didn't they?
Yeah, I really enjoyed Thanos. I like that Thanos was a much more in-depth villain. I think Marvel have really struggled in the past with sort of having decent villains. I was never a particular fan of Loki, and I found a lot of their villains have kind of just been sort of one note and haven't really had anything to them. Whereas I think Thanos had a decent idea about him, and also you kind of, even if you don't agree with it, you kind of you can see from his point of view what he wants to do. Early in the film, he shows you his strength, and as a result of that, I think that's something that they've been missing. It really made you realise this guy's a real deal early on. So I think this film is going to get a better score from you, and you're going to get more enjoyment if you've seen all of the 18 films that lead up to this one. I have seen all 18 films, so everything struck a note with me.
I haven't, on the other hand. I haven't watched Doctor Strange or any of the 4 movies as of yet. I'm currently watching 4 after this.
Excellent. Yeah, good shout. They are particularly good ones as well. I think if you are a fan of Thor Ragnarok, Doctor Strange, and the first Avengers film, you will enjoy this one a lot more, I think. So I think this film is really, really, really well paced. There's a lot of action, but it doesn't feel full throttle like a film like, say, Transformers, but it is constant. And nothing feels wasted to me. It feels like there was no wastage in this film. Everything seemed to make sense. Everything had its place, and it really fleshed out nicely. And it moved at a decent pace. I didn't feel like it was a 2.5-hour film, although a lot happened. Yeah,
at all points you have about 3 scenes going on that you've got to remember. And it's really not hard to remember all of them. They've paced it out so well. You've got Guardians of the Galaxy in there. Got Captain America, all the ones from the original Avengers. They've done it so well. It's clicked just perfectly.
Yeah, I completely agree. They've made it in such a way that you've got multiple stories, but they all connect very simply, and it's not very difficult, as Jack said, to connect it all together and to keep running with it. I didn't find it confusing at all. So, on to scores. We're going to do scores out of 5 stars, and we're only doing full stars, no halves. What is your score, Jack? And why?
Then I give this a 5, purely because it's such a game changer to the Marvel Universe. What about you?
I'm also going to give it 5 stars. It is one of the best films I've ever seen. If you saw my initial reaction video that I did, link in the video and whatever, in my reaction video, I said it was an experience, and I totally agree with that still now, thinking back on it. I love the way that after watching all of the films and getting to know and love the characters, seeing how it culminates here. And although it's not the end, there is another film to come. It kind of feels like this was the peak of what they could do with it. I'd be very surprised if they can improve on this in the second one, although I'd like them to try. For me, it just felt almost perfect. It's right up there with the likes of The Dark Knight and the very, very best of superhero and action films. And all the reasons we mentioned before as well, about the pacing and everything, it all rolls into that for me. So we're also going to say as well in each of our videos whether it's worth a cinema trip or not. And then we'll explain why or what it might be instead, be that Blu-ray, Netflix, don't bother, whatever. What do you think, Jack?
Definitely a cinema trip. Can't miss out on this one.
I agree, and for me it's not even just a cinema trip, it's a multiple cinema trip. Like, I would go to see this at least another 1 time, probably give it a little bit more time. I was originally going to watch it again this weekend, I thought that was too soon, but I think maybe in a week or 2 I'll go and watch it again, because I would be gutted if I don't watch this twice at the cinema, I think.
100%.
Nice. Right, thanks for watching. Baba boosh.